Now, given that you've decided to go into the food world and go plant-based, that's still a pretty big space. I mean, you've got burgers, you've got cheese, you've got just about everything in the aisle now can feature plant-based. Why ice cream?
Yeah. So the first thing I'll say is that Eclipse is actually much broader than just ice cream. We're an entire dairy platform, and I can go into the technology of what that is and how we do it. But to answer your question very directly, the world that and Thomas and I, when we were first deciding what product should we make, the world that we really saw was a world that was dominated by Impossible and Beyond making meat products that could actually replace real meat, like cow-based meat and beyond. And then Just was doing a good job with some egg products, right? And when I say a good job, I mean creating products that actually appeal to mainstream consumers. So basically all of the research on consumer purchasing decisions for food shows that consumers make their decisions based on taste, price, and availability. And the taste thing was the thing that the plant-based industry was completely lacking. And so we looked at a world where we said, okay, Impossible and Beyond are actually making these products that a mainstream consumer, a flexitarian, will say, I'm actually going to substitute my cow hamburger for my plant-based hamburger. Before that, no one would have said, I'm going to substitute my cow hamburger for a quinoa burger. It just wasn't on the same plane. And so we said, where can we make that same impact in the plant-based space? And dairy was a very, very obvious choice. Because of course, there were plenty of soy milks or cashew ice creams or oat cheese or whatever have you, like these hero ingredient products that appeal to a very small sector of the market. And we said, no, we need to create something that appeals to mainstream consumers, that is actually a replacement, not a substitute, and that then can transform the food system.
And who doesn't like ice cream, right?
Right. Oh yeah. And to answer your question about ice cream specifically, so we decided to make this dairy platform. We created a milk that functions like a dairy milk, and that's our secret sauce. Is literally our secret sauce. We use this milk to create cheese like cheese is made, ice cream like ice cream is made, creams like creams are made, and the end result of that process is that we have that taste, texture, and functionality of dairy, right? And so when we started out, we had a blank slate, and we said, okay, we could create any dairy product. And Thomas, being this creative food genius, did. He went kind of crazy and made dozens of products. But then we said, okay, we have to focus. And what in the dairy category is what we want to start building our brand around? We knew we were building a consumer-facing brand, and we said ice cream is the perfect choice for 3 reasons. The first is that people are fanatical about ice cream. So like you said, who doesn't like ice cream? And so much so that it's one of the only food groups that people are willing to stand outside in negative degree weather for, just for a scoop of ice cream. And we achieved that when we launched in New York. It was negative degrees Celsius, but below 0. And the second thing is that ice cream is center of plate. So a part of dairy that's interesting is that the dairy product is actually frequently the co-star, right? People go for cereal and milk, bagel and cream cheese. But ice cream is the center of the plate. It's what people think about. And as we're growing a brand, we want people to think and really think like, oh, after dinner tonight, I'm going to eat Eclipse. And then the last thing is that the opportunity for ice cream is massive. In food service, it's actually a $14.7 billion opportunity for ice cream. There's virtually no plant-based ice cream in food service, so it's a big focus for us. And then in retail, it's $14.3 billion, also massive. And while there are a lot of players in there, I would say that there were a lot of black bean burgers out there before Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods came around. And I think that the category needs to step up, and that's exactly what we're bringing.